Happy New Year, my little truffle hunters. Welcome to the first episode of the new year. And today I'm going to talk about a film that I really wanted to see when it was in cinemas, but I just couldn't find the time to schedule an appointment to check into the Haunted Mansion. We're talking about the remake of Disney's Haunted Mansion. Now, I am fully aware that there was an Eddie Murphy version out there, but I never seen it. At the time it came out, I just felt like I was too cool for that. You know, Eddie Murphy wasn't really funny anymore to me. Like, he kind of lost his charm with me, I guess, so to speak. So I have no contamination in terms of my viewpoints of, I'm not basing this off of, I've never even been to the Haunted Mansion attraction. Like, I just know that the Haunted Mansion is something that Disney's been really trying to pimp and get out there and make some money off of. So, yeah, I just got a straight, honest opinion on the Haunted Mansion. And, first of all, I wasn't expecting. Every once in a while, Disney likes to do this thing where they get a little mature and the content is like, holy shit, this is supposed to be for fucking children? Like, what the fuck? Last time I felt like that kind of shock at a Disney film, I was watching one of their classics, Something Wicked This Way Comes, which I'm glad they've been trying to touch and make a remake of it, but I'm glad they've been failing at it. Like, if you get a chance, if you can find it somewhere, get out there and watch it. You'll be kind of surprised, like, what the fuck, this came from Disney? Like, what? I wasn't expecting there to be such mature content in this film. This film is fronted by Lakeith Stanfield. It has appearances by Jamie Lee Curtis. It's got Tiffany Haddish. It's got Rosario Dawson, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito. I just named like the entire cast. It's got Jared Leto as the main bad guy, which you totally forget. Once it flashes in the credits, it's like Jared Leto as such and such. If you're like me, you're sitting there like, man, who's the voice of that guy? Doesn't sound familiar, or whatever. I liked this film. I'd read some scant reviews online, and they were lambasting it. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, this is the thing that I don't understand about the modern cinema goer is, what exactly do you want? Like, what do you guys want? I just want to be dazzled. I just want to have a good time. I want to be entertained. I'm not really, like, unless it's something in like the vein of Batman, because I'm a super Batman fan. Like, that's the only time where I am going in with intentions on my mind. I have designs on this film I'm about to watch, but otherwise, just dazzle me. I'm learning that there's nothing wrong with walking into a movie or film completely blind. And so all I really want is, if I'm investing my time with you, you better dazzle me with the story. You better leave me with something to think about when I leave the fucking cinema complex. If you don't, I have Regal Unlimited anyway, so I'm not really stressing it. But fucking try and dazzle me, Because here I am in video format. I'm trying to dazzle you. So you need to dazzle me, If I'm spending that cheddar cheese, you better cheddar cheese me, please. Okay? And the reason I said all that, I just went on that little tangent, is because, to me, I was dazzled. The one thing that I take as a drawback from this film, maybe they did this as art style, it was on purpose, but I feel like the fact that the ghosts almost look cartoony, like they could have gone a little bit more realer with them to make it, that much, just a pinch more terror. And they didn't. So that is one of the things, like one of the only complaints I can say. I mean, besides the fact that and again, it's meant for children, but I feel like if you're someone like me and you decided to make your hobby reviewing film and television, you're going to start to see the narrative, what's the word I could use? The narrative, you can see, for lack of a better term, you can see the code in the Matrix. You know, you can see the strings and whatnot, and the stitching, so to speak. And so I knew what the beats were going to be. I knew what was going to be, what was going to go on. I think to myself when I was watching it, I knew most of what the characters were going to do, so to speak. But it didn't stop me from enjoying it. I thought, you know, it's weird. Disney's been on like a weird slump. The last couple years, they've really just been taking it in the butt. And there's been... I'm sorry. That was a weird way to frame that Disney's been taking loss after loss. Yeah, they've been in a deficit, so to speak, if we're using like sports talk, ball, foot, action shit. I'm joking. I know about sports. That was a joke. But I didn't see, I don't know. And then again, it's all down to the consumer, like the way that we can influence these companies and get them to second guess themselves is by using our fucking wallet. And when I say that, I mean, you know, if you're not liking the content that's being provided to you, then you can fucking help to change that by not spending your money on fucking Disney films. And I think that's what might be going on at the moment is people, most of us seem to be at an impasse with Disney. Then again, at the end of the day, like, I'm not saying they're always going to get my money. I'm just saying, like, I like reviewing films. I like giving you guys information on things. So I'm gonna have to see them unless I'm just not mentally stimulated enough to see it. But I feel like this was a fun little ensemble cast, especially Tiffany Haddish. I'm not really a fan of her comedy. I don't really find her funny, but I felt like this was one of her better roles. Like, go figure, you know, one of her better roles besides of that fucking film with Eric Andre and Lil Rel. She was good in it. And Owen Wilson, I was sitting there watching him, and I'm just like, at this point, I don't know if Owen Wilson knows how to not be himself, no matter what he's doing. You know, I imagine he's like getting ready to, you know, some chick is like, hey, you want a blowjob? And he's like, oh, wow. Yeah, I would love a blowjob. That would be fantastic. Just like the way he talks is like half whisper, half talking out loud and shit. But it was cool. And it was cool to see Danny DeVito in it. There's actually one part in the film that I laughed so hard at because Lakeith Stanfield's character says that he remembers, he has the main villain's face burned into his memory. And so Danny DeVito says, I might know a way to get that, basically get the image. And they go to, they basically do a similar plot line to an episode in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Charlie and Dennis go to get a picture of the rude man who shushes, and they go to a police sketch artist, and this is what these characters do. And so that had me fucking laughing just based on the fact, the 6 degrees of separation of Danny DeVito being in that scene, aping off a scene in his own very successful long-running television show, made it so fucking cool to me. You know the deal. Between 1 and 4 thumbs up, and I'm going to give this film 3 thumbs up. The only reason I feel like I can't give it 4 thumbs up is because the astral projections, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, the ghosts, looked a little too cartoony. But then again, like I said, that could have been because that's the art direction they were going for. They wanted to make it a little bit more kid-friendly because ghosts are already terrifying to children. But anyways, thank you for watching. Love you. Peace.